Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of a ZtormLabostix article. This audio podcast as part of a Bellow and Raw. This audio podcast as part of a Chrome edition, and this audio podcast as part of a ZtormLabostix production. In this audio podcast today, looking at the signs and symptoms in around myasthenia. So some of the signs, in some in literature, and in some in sort of in around some of the readings around clinical medical text, include respiratory difficulties which may occur, ptosis, diplopia, fluctuating proximal weakness that is and can be identified. Sort of a muscle wasting is sometimes seen after many years. After many years in myasthenia recipients, and weakness in fingers, hands, neck, legs, and arms. In around some of the symptoms or symptomology, there's weakness is seen in many muscles. Proximal limb muscles are affected. Muscles of again around the masseter and masseter, and where and around the masseter, and around speech, where this dysarthria is identified, and where there's facial expression in around facial expression are affected, or is affected in around early stages of the early stages of myasthenia. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of a ZtormLabostix article. This audio podcast as part of a Bellow and Raw. This audio podcast as part of a Chrome edition. And this audio podcast as part of a ZtormLabostix production.